don't play no games. I let that go aim. Cartier frames, smoking propane. Bitch, I'm ballin', just like King.
What's up, K Mafia? Make sure before this video even start, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and join the fam. What is up today, guys? I'm in a great mood. I hope you guys are in a great mood as well. But today's video is gonna be a little story time on how this little girl right here broke her arm. No, I'm lying. I broke my wrist, fractured my arm. So that's gonna be a story time for today. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, I'm gonna try to make this story time as short as possible as I can do. And we're just gonna get, right into it. So I was in about 3rd grade. Like, I remember this story like the back of my hand. I don't know if it's just because it was so traumatic for me or what, but I remember this story like so well. So I was in about the 3rd grade. It was the end of the school year, so around, I want to say May, beginning of June. So my mom lived literally 3 doors down from my grandma's house. So my mom had went somewhere, and I lived with my grandma, and I had a lot of friends that lived on my street, right? So I don't know what happened to my bike, but I didn't have a bike at the time. Like, I always had a bike, but I don't know if I popped the brakes or broke the brakes. Something happened to my bike, so I didn't have a bike. So I asked like one of my friends, like, we always used to share our stuff anyway. So I'm like, you gonna let me ride this bike? And he's like, yeah, what the wood. And I sat there and I got on the bike. Mind you, my grandma was like, don't get on the bike. First of all, my grandma told me, don't get on the bike. You don't know how to ride that bike. I said, Grandma, I know how to ride this bike. Like, I'm good. I'm a big girl, Put on my big girl panties. I said, I'm good. So my grandma goes back in the house. And before she went back in the house, she said, don't get on that bike, Gumdrop, which is my nickname. So I just dropped a bomb right there. But I was like, all right, whatever. She goes back in the house. And, like, our back was, like, a hill. Like, we had a backyard. And then there was a street. And there was a street right there. So the street was it was going down. So I'm like, all right, let me go on this bike. I get on the bike. Mind you, I'm so used to back brakes, I didn't even know what front brakes were, okay? So I'm riding the bike. As I'm trying to stop the bike to where I know where to stop at when I ride my own bike. So I'm like, all right, I'm ready to stop. As I'm trying to stop the bike, I noticed how the mountain bike is, it goes it'll keep going backwards. So I'm like, yo, this don't got no back brakes. And it never dawned on me to push the little front brakes that was there, because I didn't know. So I'm riding down the hill, not like I said, it was a hill, so I can't stop myself, nothing's happening. So I get to the bottom of the hill and my life flashed before my eyes. There's cars coming, so before the cars come, before all the cars was coming, I don't know if I made myself crash, but I just crashed into the sidewalk. So it was like, boom. I crashed into the sidewalk. I'm gonna take my watch off. I crashed into the sidewalk and my bone was literally sticking out. When I seen my bone and I seen all the blood I was losing, I just went into a freaking frenzy. Like, nothing else mattered. Like, I just started bawling my eyes out. Luckily, these 2 dudes was walking up the hill as well. So they was walking up the hill and they seen what had happened to me. And they walked me to my grandma's house. They was like, where you live? Da-da-da. I'm so hysterical. I'm just like, I live up here, whatever. They walked me up to my grandma's house. My grandma's just like, oh my gosh. She's so dramatic. She's calling 911. And the ambulance took forever. So, like my bone was sticking out right here and stuff. And so ambulance taking forever. So this is the time where my mom and my dad weren't together. Worst time ever, right? So they weren't together. They was in whatever. So my grandma calls the ambulance. Mind you, the ambulance was taking forever. Like, I'm sitting here took forever. My dad's driving down the street. Nobody waved him down, nothing. I don't even know if they noticed him because everybody just worried about me and see if I was okay. So he's driving down the street. Like, my dad told me the story years later. He's like, I just felt something was wrong. Like, everybody was at my grandma's porch. He was like, I just felt something was wrong. So he makes a U-turn. I see him make it. So I seen him. So I see him make the U-turn. He comes around. He's like, what the F is going on? what's wrong with my daughter? Da-da-da. He's going off. I'm like, oh my God, this is not time for this. Like, I'm bleeding. Take me to the hospital. So he's like, come on. So it was me, my grandma, and my dad. And he's driving to the hospital. Y'all, I lied to y'all not. This man was hitting every bump, pothole, everything. My wrist is just dangling like this. It's just dangling. Like, there's nothing I can do. Like, the back seat, you would have thought it was a freaking murder scene in the freaking back seat of the car. Like, I lost so much blood from my wrist, it was crazy. So, like, I swear he's hitting every bump. We finally get to the hospital. Him and my grandma arguing, so now he get kicked out the hospital. I'm like, oh my God. Like, he get kicked out the hospital. I go to it was emergency, so I went to the back. They wrapped my wrist up. And yeah, so they wrapped my wrist up. As they wrapped my wrist up, they're like, you know, what kind of popsicle you like? I'm like, I like banana popsicle. I always was a big fan of banana popsicle. And they gave me this banana popsicle, y'all. I was so high. Like, I was high as bricks. Whatever they put in it was like a medicine popsicle, so like I won't be in pain, so like I'll be cool when they transfer me over. Man, I was so high. When I got to the other, like, they had called, like, my grandma called my mom, told her, like, this is what hospital she gonna get transferred to. My grandma was there, but then when I woke up, my mom was at the hospital with me, and I was so happy. I'm like, Mom, yeah. She was like, now your grandma told you not to get on that damn bike. I'm like, listen, like, I'm in pain right now. You want talking to me about my grandma telling me not to get on this damn bike? Okay. Like, but, like, it was just so crazy, because, like, my dad couldn't see me when I was in the hospital. It was just me and my mom. Then, like, after all that had happened and I got out the hospital, when I got my first cast, it was a whole cast. So my whole cast, I still remember my colors. My whole cast was pink. And like I said, I fractured my wrist. I fractured my arm, broke my wrist. So I got my whole cast, it was pink. And then I was so mad because it was the summertime, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, I'm missing everything. I used to cheer, I did gymnastics all at this time, so I couldn't do nothing. I loved to go swimming, couldn't go freaking swimming. Like, I was so distraught. Like, so then, like, when I had to take showers and stuff, I would either have to, like, hold my arm out the shower, or my mom would put, like, a blue bag on, so because my cast couldn't get wet. Or I would, like, take baths, which sometimes would be the easiest route to go. So I had my pink cast on for, like I said, I want to say like 2 months, probably, or a couple weeks. Then after I got my blue cast, they gave me, after I got my pink cast off, they gave me a half a cast, which was blue. So my half cast came to about, like, right here, and I had a pin in my elbow. Don't judge me, y'all, because I'm probably kind of ashy. I'm trying to figure out where it's at. I had a pin in my elbow, if you can see. I had a pin in my elbow. I don't even know what it's for. But, like, I had a doctor's appointment the one time, and they tried to take the pin out when I was woke. And my mom was about to cry, and the lady, like, I just can't do this because she's screaming, she's crying. I'm like, yeah. So she, like, after she tried to do that, the next day, she actually scheduled me to take the pin out. Because, like, I'm like, no, like, you're not about to do this. So when she scheduled me to take the pin out, and take, like, my blue cast off, they gave me this lip balm thing to go. They made me smell lip balms so they could put it in my mask so I could be ready to go under for surgery. Oh my God, I was on this art thing. Next thing you know, I'm over like this. And my bars was down. Y'all know how in the hospital y'all got bars. Well, I don't know if so, but you have bars. So my bars was down, being I was doing this art thing with my mom. Luckily, my mom and the doctor was standing there, because if they wasn't standing there, I would have been getting surgery on my head. Because, like, I was literally like... So, I got my blue cast off, and, like, my wrist was, like, my wrist is little, like, now, but it was, like, so little and discolored and everything, because, like, I could, like... There wasn't no air going in there, nothing. So yeah, I was actually getting a lot of sympathy from people, and I was low-key using people. I'm like, yo, my arm is broke, like, I can't do nothing. Like, help me out. But that's really my story time of how I broke my wrist and fractured my arm. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys want more story times, comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to join the mafia, make sure you click that subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next video.
Bitch, this is the mafia. I don't play no games, I let that go aim.